Come on. All right, y'all. It's time for the greatest show there ever was. The Sportz Nutz.
The Sportz Nutz are back.
You are now listening to the Sportz Nutz.
What is good, my beautiful people? Welcome to your favorite sports talk show ever, the Sportz Nutz. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hey, let's give a quick shout out to everybody tuning in on 95.5 KFCE, TigerNation.live, and the other 7 radio stations we air on. Plus, we now air in, y'all, officially 49 countries worldwide. Thank you guys so much. That really does mean a lot to us. You really don't know how much it means to us. Also, let's give a special shout out to our paying sponsor, Kalama's Cuisine. If you are based in the island of Hawaii, more specifically on Oahu, and you have a graduation, corporate event, or family outing you need someone to cater to, send me a message, Brandon Keeler on radio at gmail.com, and I will get you in touch with our good friend Bobby. That is Kalama's Cuisine in Honolulu, Hawaii. Oh, man, we are beyond excited to be back and ready to go with you. But Shane, man, it's so good to see you. Happy that you got to spend some time with family. But how was the rest of your weekend, man?
Man, it was pretty good. It's great, especially seeing, little sister after getting out of the hospital. They came up, got to take some dinner and have some good family time. So, and the boys were with her. So it's always great to have nephews running around and getting in a little bit of trouble here and there. But other than that, the weekend slightly rainy, but still was sunshiny enough. We got out and went to the golf range Sunday afternoon and just messed around a little bit. But man, ready to get into the show tonight. Definitely, excited to have everybody that we got coming on. I'm always pumped when Tony comes on. So, we're hoping for a great episode, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight, I believe.
Oh, absolutely. My man sitting below me, though, Tony, dude. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me correct myself. Mr. Homeowner himself. What is going on, brother? Happy Tuesday. How was your weekend, man?
Man, it is great. I'm getting used to being a homeowner. I'm already not liking the fact that I can't call the maintenance man when something goes wrong. Of course, as soon as the ink dried on the contract, I had to fix something. So it's like, I want to go back to having maintenance because I don't want to do all that work. I like playing video games more. But no, man, otherwise it's good. Baseball's getting interesting. Those CBA negotiations are a trip. So it was a good weekend to just enjoy everything going on,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Our guy Matt will be with us momentarily. He's running a little behind schedule because he had somebody from regional show up. So he said he would be a little late. And Ben, he is not with us. He is actually celebrating a family birthday. So we're really excited for him. Hey, real quick, there is a programming note that I got to bring attention to everybody. So you guys know, we do have on Friday, he is technically still a current Seattle Mariner, but he is listed as a free agent. His name is Braden Bishop. I will not be on the show. It is All-Star weekend for my girl Addison. And I'm not missing any of her games whatsoever. But you guys still have Matt, Shane, and Ben. Actually, still have Matt and Ben. Shane is he is going to be celebrating a monumental birthday with his grandma. So you'll still have Matt, and you'll still have Ben, and maybe we can convince Tony to come on too, because it's Braden Bishop of all people.
The thought's spinning, man. I'm trying to see if I can move some stuff around. I'm thinking about it.
Hey, absolutely. Y'all, tonight's show, we have the newest professional football team located in the great state of South Carolina. It is the South Carolina Seawolves of the Apex Pro Football League. And then as you guys see afterwards, our man sitting below us, Tony, is here. As you know, Tony has his Tony Knows Balls series, so we're really excited to have him on. Now, her name is Olivia Finckel. She is the general manager. We also have the head coach of your South Carolina Seawolves, Olivia, and Coach King. How are you guys doing?
Good. Excited to be on with you guys. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you guys seriously so much for coming on. We greatly appreciate it. I know you guys are busy, so I want to go right into it. Like I said, thank you for taking time to speak to us. It really does mean the most to us. You guys are a very young league. In fact, this is actually your inaugural season, and y'all are starting everyone that is actually starting with everything in actually a few days with tryouts, and then you guys get the ball really rolling. Can you explain to us how the team idea came about? Now, we know the history. Shane and I know the history very well of the background of Charleston, but can you maybe give the reasons why you guys chose the name and the logo, as well as share the color idea?
Yeah, 100%. So this actually brought a lot of controversy to Charleston itself. The Seawolves are a broader concept idea of a pirate theme. So all of our 4 franchises are going to run off of a sort of storyline throughout the season. We are an entertainment league that is attached to football. So beyond just our players and what they're performing on the field, we're going to have an immersive experience, kind of like the 360 from the tailgate lots all the way into the stadium. So the pirate theme in Charleston, kind of bouncing off of Charlestown Landing and a lot of the different trading and bartering history that has occurred here, with some fun tricks that we're going to throw in. It just seemed kind of like a perfect opportunity to touch on the history, but also bring some animation to the event itself.
Absolutely. We know so well about the rich history that Charleston has to bring, literally. And I like to use that term, literal, rich, because it is, in fact, a rich history with pirates.
Oh, yeah.
Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, well, Olivia, Coach, as Brandon mentioned, man, thanks again for joining us. As we were talking pre-show, I mentioned I have a lot of family in Charleston and going down for my grandmother's 90th birthday this coming weekend. So, really excited about that, and maybe might try to get out there and catch those tryouts and stuff like that y'all guys got going on. But when the season gets going, can you kind of let all of our fans and listeners out there kind of know where you guys are going to be playing all your games, and if you got any special promotions and stuff lined up for the fans in the season opener?
Yeah, 100%. So our first season, we were lucky enough to secure the Citadel Stadium in downtown Charleston. They have been gracious enough to give us their stadium for the spring, which is going to be huge location-wise, but also just for what we can do within the stadium and surrounding it. Obviously, it's pretty close to the water, so there'll be some fun activations that we want to throw in there given the pirate theme. But we actually do have our APFL 1000 and 250 opportunities already on our website. So that kind of can give you an idea, if you look on there, of what is to come for just fan-based promotions and things like that. But game day activations is something that's going to be pretty unique. We have some trademarked technology that we're going to be using in the season. So we'll have an app kind of to gamify in-game and wherever you're watching from. So it's gonna be exciting, and you're never gonna see the same show within the same season or the season after that.
Nothing wrong with that one. I like that. We are talking to the general manager and head coach of your South Carolina Seawolves. They're based in Charleston, South Carolina. Coach, man, I know we don't want to leave you excluded from anything, but quickly tell us a little bit about your journey, how you came about becoming a head coach, sir. Oh, I think he froze. Can you hear us, Coach? I think he froze. All right, so let's go. It's okay. My next question for you, Liv, is the Apex Pro Football League. It is still building itself. You have 4 teams right now, and then Louisiana, South Carolina, Virginia, and New York. What is the future plan for expansion, and what other cities have the league been looking at as to possibly grow with?
So we actually do have 2 yeses out on the West Coast. We're all East Coast right now. We have 2 yeses for teams out west that I don't know if I can disclose yet. However, there's a 3rd one that did pop up, and I can say that one, San Diego, is a really exciting one that we just kind of got on the board. But we really are looking to perfect what we're doing the first 2 years. So we're really not looking to launch those teams until about 2 years in. We know a lot of leagues can fumble, no pun intended, within the first 2 years. So we really want to perfect everything we're doing. I mean, we're working with SCAD. Some of our founders are down there this weekend and today, working with them to develop all of our storylines, our costumes for our actors. Like, there's a lot that goes into just one game and the 4 franchises we have. So we really want to perfect our craft and what we're giving to people before we move on and change time zones. Selfishly, I'm not good with time zones.
Tony, do you have a question you'd like to ask?
Actually, I didn't, and I appreciate you being here. I was curious. You mentioned like the experience is going to be very fan oriented. You're not going to see the same thing twice. It's an entertainment league. So is this going to be something where we're seeing almost, in the version of football, kind of similar to what Nana Ball does, where there's still real sports going on, but you're doing more interactions with the fans, more performance based, and things like that. Is that kind of what I'm getting out of that?
Yes and no. For my own personal headaches, we are not really going to allow the fans to interact directly with the players. If they want to have some sort of touchdown routine and something hype on the field, that's great, but I'm not going to put any of my players at liberty to be on stilts or do anything that's going to hype up our insurance, because we are giving the players insurance for the season. So the football will be American football, true and right. We have a few tweaks to the game that our commissioner decided on. Nothing crazy, but our CMO, Frank, shout out to Frank. He says it best. He says that we're not changing American football. It's perfect. We love it. We're just adding more of a family-oriented and all-encompassing theme and experience to it, so that when we're playing on Sunday afternoons at 4 and you don't really know what to do with yourself, boom, you're at the Seawolves game. You're downtown, you're immersed in the community. We're bringing people together that, hey, I like the technology version of it. Hey, I'm just here for the football. Hey, I'm here for the tailgate with all these influencers that are making me barbecue. So there's a lot of factors that are going to go into it that make it similar to Banana Ball, but I wouldn't say the experience will be exactly the same on the player end.
Hey, I'd sign up to go see a player get on stilts in football. I really would. That's just
We'll put you on
absolutely.
Come on, Brandon. We'll put you on them.
Yeah, no, we're not. That is an absolute no with me.
Me injury number 17.
Yeah, they'd be like 17 with my knee. With knowing me, I would literally, no matter what I could do, I'd fall just to get hurt myself.
Yeah.
Coach, can you
I would
hear
pay
us?
$100 to watch.
I hope you guys
can
can hear
There
me.
he is.
There we go. I missed out on all the good stuff.
Hey, no, you're good. Hey, so I would love for you to, we don't want to leave you out. I would like for you to tell us a little bit about your journey and how this came about for you to become the head football coach.
Oh man, it's been kind of an experience. It kind of dates back to just getting to know Chad, who's a good friend of mine, but he's also the CCO with the APFL. He knows about my history with coaching and also with playing the game. I played at Carolina. I played a little bit in the NFL with the Seahawks and the Giants, and I also played in the that's the NFL, and then I played in the CFL with the Toronto Argonauts and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. So just him being a guy that's from Mount Pleasant and me being a guy from Charleston, and we crossed paths. We stayed in connection for over a while now, good bit of years. And he was able to kind of pick my brain and know what I could do, can't do, which is much when it comes to football, there's not much I can't do. But he figured that out and was like, man, there's an opportunity going to come about in the near future here. Be ready for it. Put your name in the hat as for the coaches, and let's see where it goes. So I stayed available for him, and I put my name in the hat, and here it is now.
You might have played with a friend of mine. His name is Chad Owens. They called him the Flying Hawaiian.
The Flying Hawaiian.
Yes, Chad is actually a very good buddy of mine. I know. I actually went to University of Hawaii, so I know a lot of people there. And you said you played for Saskatchewan. Did you ever get the chance to meet a buddy of mine named Bryant Moniz by the chance?
Muniz last name and easy. Yep. I think I know you're talking about, but I don't have so much of a interaction with him. Now, Chad, on the other hand, that was my guy.
Everybody knows the Flying Hawaiian. Oh, so man, because
he's like an action figure of The Rock or something like that.
Yep, he is.
That's my boy. Chad actually taught me how to be a pro, man.
He's a great guy. He's a really good person. I remember
after a practice one time, I had already got done. I was headed to the trainers, and then after the trainers, I was going to, shower up and get out of there. So when I got done with practice, by the time I went to the training room, Chad had been on the rollers, rolling out, stretching after practice. By the time I went to see the trainers, showered, chat for a little bit, eat a snack, Chad is still down there on that roller, rolling out his body. And he's like, bro, if you're not taking care of your body at least a minimum of 25 minutes, 30 minutes after practice or workouts, you're not really, doing it. And I was like, let's do it. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm already ready to go. Deodorant on and everything. And this guy is, he's still freaking doing post-practice stretches. So I was like, wow, if I want to make it long and if I want to have a real impact, I got to do what this guy is doing.
Oh, yeah. And, that's why he is in the CFL Hall of Fame.
Right.
So, really good guy. Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, Coach, I don't want to leave you out either. But I kind of want to ask, what kind of scheme you guys are looking. Don't give up too much information, but, what kind of schemes are you guys looking to run, and what kind of players are you guys looking for in these tryouts coming up this weekend?
You can look forward to seeing a good bit of zone. I'm a zone guy. Of course, I like to do it all. We can do gap stuff. We can do power. We can do a little bit of this and that. I don't want to be too predictable. I do believe in what we do is what we do. So, we will have those things that everyone knows that we're known for, which is going to be running the ball. But, I like to play off of what the team gives me. I'm a very big film guy, so I like to break down what the coaches eat for breakfast to where the players, what kind of socks they got on. So I like to look at advantages within the team, maybe mismatches and stuff like that, not just necessarily just schemes, but kind of look all across the board and see what do we have to work with, what kind of cards are we holding. And as far as tryouts, I say it like I told the guys at the team meeting. I'm kind of looking for that complete player. I want to see a guy that one, you love football. If you're in it just for the TikTok videos and the other stuff like that, then you might not be my kind of guy unless you're really a stud. But I'm looking for that guy that knows football, loves football, that guy that's willing to be the best player in his position and also be the best teammate. Because you got to know how to do both. You got to know how to service your own football dream and goals and purposes, and you also got to know how to uplift those around you. So the kind of a Kobe Bryant thing. You're not a GOAT until you affect those around you. And I'm looking for a guy with that kind of mentality and that kind of ability. Also, someone that can be a community guy. I'm looking for someone that we can send to some high schools and to some youth league football games and put out there, and they could become local household names or whatnot. So we're looking for not just that guy that can score the touchdowns and make the big blocks, but people who also can represent the brand and represent themselves out in the community also.
Olivia said that you were going to be the one standing on stilts during the game. Is that right?
6'6", man. I don't think we need no more stilts.
I have something better for Coach King.
Oh boy!
Sleeve. Do you want
She
to
would
hear
have
it?
me in a chicken suit or something.
Oh, come on. You stole what I was going to say.
Family Guy.
Oh, please. What is the thing I want to hear? I got to hear this.
Okay. Now, this is in the works, so don't quote me. Don't take this as fact. But we do have an awesome sponsor down here. His name is the Pirate Hunter. He's actually a former veteran in the Navy, and he was one of the first Navy pirate hunters in 70 years for the Navy. And he's also our signage partner. It's a full veteran-owned business. But as we were doing kind of our chats and things about partnering, he's like, well, do you need a helicopter? We could do like a pirate catch, on the field. I said, absolutely. Yes, we do need that. Thank you. We've got one if you need it. I was like, do I need your helicopter? Yes. So I have a little idea that the loser of whichever game, aka anyone that comes to our stadium, will be snatched up by the Pirate Hunters at the end. And if Coach King were to, by some strange being, lose a game, he might get snatched.
I love it. That's awesome.
Now we really have some pressure.
I know, right? Coach, you better not be losing now because you can get snatched up by that hot helicopter.
Those are some stakes, man.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I'm still in favor for the stilts, and I'm right there with you, Coach. I'm 6'5", so I'm kind of like, let's get the tall. I'm done with the stilts on me. And of course, Shane even alluded to, I have a lot of unfortunate mishaps. I'm actually getting over knee replacement surgery.
You're old with bad knees.
I'm old with bad knees. You know what? I am not that old. I'm only 42, sir. I feel older than that time, though. So, Olivia, obviously, I don't want to have you guys too long, but can you quickly let everybody know the updates about the tryouts, when they're going to be, and what all they need to bring to tryouts? Yeah,
absolutely. Our first tryout ever for the whole APFL. We're the first team to launch, so we get the first tryout is this Saturday, actually, in Somerville. It is at Northwood Academy, which is about 25-30 minutes outside of downtown Charleston. Registration starts between 8 and 8:30. We'll have a player meeting at 8:45. Guys are on the field from 9 to 12. We'll have awesome vendors out there. We've got a massage therapist. We've got hair care. We've got, what else? A bunch of other things. I think puppies. I do think puppies are coming as well. Fans can come, start rolling in around 8:30, be in the lots, do what they do. And then, kickoff for tryouts is 9 to 12. What to bring? Really, we're providing a lot of the gear. Obviously, bring your cleats, bring whatever you need, but we're going to have practice jerseys. We're going to have everything that you can take home with you after. We have a lot of cool sponsors coming to give us some nice treats. And then we're all trekking down to Bay Street Beer Garden downtown afterwards. We're kicking off our first ever Seawolves after party at 2 p.m. till whenever we wrap up. So they're hosting us down there at Bay Street Beer Garden. Anyone with a ticket, players, fans, sponsors is invited. So it's one big Seawolves party downtown.
Shane said he could use he needs to have the hairstylist come to him too. Both Absolutely. Him and I need to have our hair done because
actually I've heard their products work very well in beards. If yours is a little coarse. So
long time ago when we first started, Shane had the Duck Dynasty beard, and I kid you not, it came down pretty far down, and it was awesome. that was his signature, was that Duck Dynasty beard. Coach, real quick, can you let everybody know what you are that kind of give like a little motivational speech real quick before I let you go?
I thought you were going to the beard, man. I thought you was going to the beard. All right. But when it comes to the players, everyone has another opportunity to play ball. If you really love the game, it doesn't matter what level you're on. You want to go where you're able to showcase yourself, dominate, and really put on for that name on the back of your jersey and for the name that you're playing for. So here's an opportunity if you feel like you are that guy and you want to get out and hit somebody. You want to get out and prove yourself. You want to get out and just be a Seawolf. We will see you at the tryouts and reach out to us, and let's see what we can do to get you going. And also for the fans, be ready for something that you haven't seen before, not just in football, but an entertainment aspect also. So like Liv said it earlier, when you step out of the car, you're going to realize, oh, yeah, this is not your daddy's football. This is something a little different, but at the same time, we still got real football. It's not, wacky and cheesy and corny or whatnot. It's still guys getting smacked with the pads on. It's still big dogs and with their hands down in the trenches going at it. And, all the good stuff you love about football. But, it is something definitely different and, something that I really am looking forward to because I'm ready to see all the families and, the youth organizations that come out and support and us being able to, not just be just a football league, but we're also, I'm ready to get involved in the community and to see where all the Seawolves paths is going to lead us all,
Absolutely. And Olivia, like I told you, my guy Tim from Answer the Call, this is actually him right here. I told him make sure I'm commenting that you would reach out to him. So yeah, let's get you guys scheduled on there. But her name is Olivia Finckel. She is the general manager of your newest professional football team. They're based in Charleston, South Carolina. They are the South Carolina Seawolves. And by the way, if you haven't visited there yet, highly recommend because it is actually one of the most beautiful towns to visit. And that's by a lot of magazines will tell you Charleston, South Carolina is the place to visit. Thank you so much to you, Coach King. Thank you so much to you, Olivia, for guys coming on. And we'll talk to you soon. Sound good?
Thank you,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Might see y'all Saturday.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah,
Shane will
see
be
you
down
then,
there.
Shane. I
There you
expect
go.
the beard dyed.
Color diet blue.
No.
Yeah, that nice little teal color there for you.
Well, we might be able to work something out.
Your grandma's birthday the day before, right?
Yeah, it's your grandma's when's your birthday? It's on Friday, right, Shane?
Yeah. Her
You got nothing to
90th
worry about.
birthday is Friday, so
That's awesome. No, congrats. What a
Well, you
life.
guys, we'll talk to you soon. All right, sound good?
Thank you,
Sounds
guys.
good.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Oh man, it's so cool to talk to somebody else about the football program. I love it. It's exciting, and definitely thank you both to the Coach King and Olivia for coming on. It really does mean a lot to both of us. So if you guys have any questions or you want to reach out to them, send me a message, Brandon Keeler on radio at gmail.com, and I will get you happily in touch with them. They're really, really good people. All right, y'all. So tonight's going to be a little different. First off, man, I you know me, it's right. We're literally, and everybody knows this, true. Tony, I'm pretty sure you know this too. We are literally a couple of days away from what's called the dead zone in sports. It's a very real thing when you have nothing really going on until football starts with training camps and OTAs and stuff, right? But I scour to find the greatest sports stuff to talk about. So I'm so happy that Tony's with us the entire show, and I love having my guy Tony here. So with the Women's College World Series in the thick of it, and now we officially have our finalists. It's a rematch of last year's final between Texas and Texas Tech. It got me excited to see if everything, including our guest, Tony, can chime in. Now, softball isn't really a young sport, actually. It's actually one of the oldest sports. And I want everybody to just real quick tell me, and Shane has also done his research. So, but people who are tuned in right now, and Tony as well. So I'm gonna start with you, Tony. How old do you think softball is?
If I remember correctly, I want to say it was in the 1840s, 1850s, somewhere in there.
Close. Shane, I know you probably know the answer, but how old do you think softball is?
Softball officially is 100 years old.
Yes. So softball is actually, and Shane corrected me. So softball actually started on November the 24th, 1887. If I do the math, that's 137 years, right, Shane?
139.
139 years. And it was actually started as an accident. So Harvard and Yale, God, we're bringing the Ivy into this. Ivy League is back into this again. But Harvard and Yale actually started it with a broom and a boxing glove tied to the broom handle. And they played it in a gym. Now, the reason why they played it was they were waiting for the final results of the Harvard-Yale football game. And they needed something to keep them entertained. So the Ivy League started it. And so Shane, do you happen to know the famous athlete who was instrumental in starting the term softball?
Yeah. So they go back on the story about the Harvard Yale alums and all. It was actually somebody threw a boxing glove at one of the Harvard guys and swung around and hit it with a broomstick. Guy picked it up, tied it in a knot, and then said, "Play ball."
Yep.
So they started playing.
What was the final score of that match, too?
Oh, I'm not sure. I didn't go
41-40. And they literally put it in the gym, y'all.
Oh yeah, but you know, and that's the one you know who coined the term softball. To get back to it, with it being 100 years, it was 1926 when YMCA official Walter Hockinson officially coined the term softball. But you know, the game was originally had about four or six different names, but the most prevalent was indoor baseball or kitten ball.
When I saw that too, I thought it was a joke. When I saw that, I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then Cassie said that was what she had learned too.
Yeah. So it was kind of they had a couple different names for it, but it was pretty cool to learn and stuff when I was looking it up. But yeah, 1926 when Walter Hockinson coined softball. And then 1933, I believe, was the formation of the Amateur Softball Association.
Which Shane did all his work.
Yeah, which is now the USA, U.S. Softball Association. So
I love
it. It's definitely good to read up on the history and stuff like that. Me and Brandon kind of geeked out for the past couple of days after bringing this up and stuff like that. We geeked out on some old baseball and
old everything.
Stuff, so.
and you like, and Tony, you know this too. When you go down that rabbit hole, it's like it's a never-ending cycle. You're like, oh my god, look at this, oh my god, look at this, and then your feed starts getting flooded left and right of old baseball trivia, softball trivia, some amazing storylines. But Tony, when do you think softball officially switched from a co-ed sport, more specifically just geared towards the women? You're muted. You're muted.
My bad. Okay. So I'm going to say probably in like the 60s, or it's going to be in the 60s or 70s, because that's about when baseball was definitely transitioning into a more closer to the way it's seen today publicly, as far as, games on TV and stuff like that. So I would say with that transition, softball probably kind of split away more. So I would say somewhere in the 50s, 60s, 70s, I guess.
Shane, you know that answer?
What like 56, 57?
Yep. 57 is when it transitioned away. God, you guys are doing really good. Awesome. I like this. This is awesome. But, how cool is it, though, that sports, we all know this, too. Sports can start on any blink of a dime, any accident. I mean, heck, the founders of pickleball, they didn't anticipate it being as big as it's gotten and as rapidly as it's gotten, but it's one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing sport in the world. And people call it lazy people's tennis. I've heard that term utilized so much, but softball, and it's funny that that ball is not soft by any stretch of the imagination. You can hit with that softball, that bad boy hurts. But they coined it soft. And actually, I'm going to have Shane explain this, because Shane is my researcher. He does all the in-depth looks, everything, like including our next story. I know he's biting at the bullet for. But Shane, tell everybody again why they named it softball.
I'm really not sure. I think this might be it, but it was originally played with 16-inch in diameter ball.
Yep.
And it was hard, and so they introduced a cork baseball that was down 13, 14 inches or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so it had a soft inside to it, and that's I think why they coined it softball.
Addison's over here like, well, her eyes are like glued. So what I do is I put the show on TV so my daughters can watch it, and she is literally sitting here glued to it watching, and she just said, Daddy, is just with mouth, Daddy, is that right? That's how softball started. So really excited. But, softball is a very fast growing sport. Shout out to the amazing women who, play this sport. Obviously, last night, Cassie and I were glued. We thought Alabama was going to win that first game. And then, Texas Tech said, hold my beer. And then last night with the second, win all game for everything, and Alabama did not come through. But shout out, though, to Texas Tech and to Texas. Texas is getting a chance to compete.
They both had the win twice yesterday.
Yeah, they both had the win twice.
And they did it. So.
Yeah, and they both did it against SEC perennial teams. I mean, you had honestly, I think she was the best. She was literally the best pitcher. I don't care. People are sitting there saying Najra Kennedy is the best. No, I don't. I wholeheartedly believe Pickens from Tennessee was the fact. I mean, she had an 80 mile per hour softball pitch. That's equivalent to 115 mile per hour baseball pitch, is what Cassie had told me. So, but they did it against Tennessee, who the Lady Vols have been regularly a staple there. They did it against Alabama. Two perennial powerhouses in SEC play were both eliminated last night. So, but tip your caps, though, to Tennessee. Tip your caps to Alabama, Texas Tech, and Texas. Heck, literally the whole field. Tip your cap. There was a lot of firsts that took place with teams, schools getting their first ever NCAA win, first ever NCAA run. It was really monumental. And women's sports is not done yet because I don't know if you guys know this, June 9th is knocking on the door, and that's when AUSL starts. So, and I think, I think the first game is actually on national TV. So,
and Jordy Fromm looks like she's going to be out for the season.
Oh my God, already?
Yeah. Well, she just announced that she's 3 months pregnant.
That's the Nebraska girl that I was. So Cassie sent me that, and she said, "Is this true?" And I'm like, "It's on Yahoo Sports. It's got to be real." And she did it playing, and then after the game, she made the announcement with the boots and the picture. It was really cute on that one. Now, what were you gonna say, Tony?
No, I was gonna say that. Oh, and man, now I forgot. You're killing me. No.
It's called getting old.
Yeah. No, the senioritis is definitely catching up with me. My bad.
I love it. I'm sure it'll dawn on you when you least expect it.
Yep.
So let's go to the next topic. Now, this next topic, in case you guys can't tell, it's baseball/softball related show. But do you all know the history behind why umpires do hand signals and catchers as well? I'm going to start with you, Tony. Do you know why they do it?
Because the hearing was bad from all those guys working in the mine, so they were doing hand signals to make sure that they could understand it.
That's close.
No, honestly, I have no idea.
Why do you think and don't tell anybody you know the answer, Shane, but just kind of give a bleep and giggle answer. Why do you think they do the hand signals?
Yeah, I didn't really know until you shared the rundown with us on the true story behind the hand signals. But, my guess was for like the later evening games and stuff like that, or the thought of people stealing signs and everything back then, I guess. I'm not sure. Like instead of just calling out the pitch, what you were going to throw.
That's actually what they used to do. Back in the day, the way you would make the announcement of the calls was, or you just say, I'm throwing a ball, I'm throwing a strike, and I'm throwing it here. They'd literally do it. They would tell you where you're throwing it to be ready. Well, there is a baseball player who is 100% deaf. This is back in the 1860s, okay? His name was William Dummy Hoyt. He was 100% deaf. And back in the day, like I told you, they made grunt sounds, noises, or they literally just tell you where the ball was going to be going. Well, he couldn't hear any of that. So instead of him adapting to baseball adapted to him. And so whenever you watch a game now and you see an umpire did the hand signal for strike or ball or punch out, or even if you look at the catchers and they make hand signals, it was for Dummy Hoy because he couldn't hear you guys. Dummy Hoy went on to have an illustrious career in baseball. But Tony, give me a player from the past and tell us, why do you think that particular person helped revolutionize the game of baseball to you?
And I think you may have sent me something on him earlier this week or late last week, but Johnny Bench, I think, is the easiest answer to this question, because the catching position today would not be what it is without the influence of Mr. Bench. And I think that's important to remember. The way that he prepared, where he was throwing twice the distance from home to second base. He was he stretched his hands to where he could handle multiple balls, so he made sure he had control of what he was doing. And he really put a new marker on that position. And even though he hasn't played, I was looking at it today, he hasn't played in over 40 years. And he is still the standard by which catchers are judged. You may be a great catcher, but are you as good as Johnny Bench? And, he was great offensively. He was great defensively. He had a career WAR of 75, for those of you that think it's a real stat. I appreciate and I really enjoy the contributions of Johnny Bench. And if you enjoy baseball at all, do some research on him, because he really did revolutionize that position.
Oh yeah, he absolutely did. So Shane, what about you? What baseball player to you helped revolutionize the game for you?
Well, you've got the common ones that you hear with Babe Ruth, being kind of the first celebrity baseball player, kind of revolutionized the game in that way. Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier, Shohei Ohtani, and being a two-way player. But I'm going to go along the same lines with Seven here, and go with my favorite position. One that I played for many years, but the catcher position. And I'm going to go with Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza kind of revolutionized, from what Tony was talking about with Johnny Bench and all that, and the defensive preparation at the catcher position. He was kind of the first one that had the offensive prowess to go along with that defensive skill set. In that same sense, also was a more physical stature as a catcher, and with that brought in the names of the bigger guys, like you got Pudge and Yachty, and even Western Carolina's own that we saw last year lead the league in home runs, Cal Raleigh. If it wasn't for Mike Piazza and his size and his offensive prowess to match the defensive skill set that you have to play catcher, that we wouldn't have these guys now. So, Mike Piazza is the guy that I revolutionized the game in my mind, especially at the position that I love to play.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Who is that? Did you get your ears lowered?
I did a little bit. Speaking of Mike Piazza, wasn't he the one that had that Head and Shoulders commercial back in the day?
He did.
He did.
He did.
Yeah, man. So
let me ask you this, Matt. So welcome. First off, good to see you. But I told everybody the reason why you were late was because you had some things you had to wrap up at work. But we're talking about famous baseball players who have helped revolutionize the game of baseball for us. That I promise you, I'm not BS, and I literally have an entire notebook full of notes that I'm going to share with you guys in a moment. But Matt, I want to ask your thoughts on this one. So both Tony and Shane have chimed in. Do you know why baseball today uses the hand signals for balls, strikes, and even what pitches they're going to throw? Do you know why by chance?
No, I don't. Why?
So it was back in it actually started in 1860 when this particular person was born, but it really took place in the 1890s by a famous baseball player who was 100% deaf. His name was William Dummy Hoy. He back in the day, they used to, the way they made calls was sounds, or they would just tell you, I'm going to throw the ball right here, and if you miss it, it's going to be a strike. That's literally how they did it. But he couldn't hear that. So instead of him adapting to baseball adapted to him. And that is why today, when you look and you watch any baseball game, it literally goes back to 1890. The reason why you see the umpires go like that and point, is because of Dummy Hoy. So I wanted to have everybody tell me a famous baseball player that revolutionized the game of baseball to you. Tony already told us Johnny Bench. Shane talked Mike Piazza. Who is the one in your eyes that helped revolutionize baseball into what it is today for you?
Oh man, I got two of them. Man, I got two good ones. First, you got to go with King Griffey Jr. For the '90s, man. He made baseball quote unquote cool at that time, man.
That hat on backwards and his dad, yep.
With the strap, the shoes with the strap. I mean, all that stuff, man. You gotta go. And man, and then he kind of say he kind of helped pave the way for Bronny James and LeBron.
Oh God, here we go.
I just wanted to kind of get that in there.
Throw that in there.
But I'll tell you this, man. In about 10, 15 years, they're gonna be saying Shohei Ohtani revolutionized the game because pitching, hitting, things like that. I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot more players coming out like that, man, that pitchers and hitters. That a lot of players are going to focus more so on being a dual threat rather than being a singular threat when they come up. You're going to have a lot of dads like us, me, you, Brandon, Seven, Shane. A lot of dads are going to, when our sons are playing baseball, hey, you want to be a pitcher? All right, I need you to hit. I need you to hit some home runs.
That factory's been closed for a long time, sir.
You never know. You can have a slip up. You never know.
That will never happen. I'm not you.
Hey man. So yeah. I think we're gonna see. I think Shohei Ohtani is gonna revolutionize the game for the future. But for us, man, of course you gotta go King Griffey Jr. You gotta even go. But I'll take it back. You gotta go Satchel Paige, man, a little bit.
Glad you mentioned that name.
Yeah. I mean, you can go. I don't know if you know of this, but like I said, Ichiro Suzuki, man.
I'm so glad you mentioned his name too, because I have a plethora of knowledge for him.
Even you can go back and say Barry Bonds, man. He revolutionized, plate discipline and fear, man.
Actually, no. Barry Bonds saved the Giants. The Giants at one time were actually going to be sold. And Tony, you know where they were going to be sold to, right? Little team in Florida called the Tampa Bay Rays. They were going to be called the Tampa Bay Giants.
Ooh.
And they were actually
they were going to be moved to Tampa
They were
Bay.
on the cusp of being sold, and the current owner said, "Oh no! I'm going to save you guys the trouble, and I'm going to keep the team here. I'm going to vote no to do it." Well, and thankfully he did, because he did this little trade deal with Pittsburgh that brought over the now home run king Barry Bonds, who literally single-handedly helped save the San Francisco Giants from being moved to Florida. That's literally what it is all due to Barry Bonds. So it got me thinking.
You could talk about Ricky Henderson, because Ricky Henderson. Ricky changed.
Ricky is that is a record you will never ever be able to beat. And the reason why is because the way the game is today, the rules prevent you from basically having the career numbers he had. So it got me thinking about a lot of records. Like I told Tony, you really go down a rabbit hole at the wrong time on things. But so here's the first one. I'm going to ask you, who do you guys actually, better yet, who do you guys think is classified as the father of the All-Star game in baseball? And it was not coined the All-Star for another 22 years after this particular event, but he is the reason why we have All-Star game. But who do you think that particular player was? And I'm going to start with you, Shane, because you know these stats like I do. But who do you think that player was?
I could name about three.
Okay.
I'll give you. It'll be Ted Williams,
Close.
Stan Musial,
Close.
or Pete Rose. I don't know. Yeah.
What about you, Matt? Who do you think? Unmute yourself and tell us, who do you think who is considered widely to be the father of the All-Star game of baseball?
Maybe Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig.
You're close. You are close.
Yeah.
What about you, Tony?
And man,
you didn't know this until I sent you this. Remember?
Yeah, no. You and I talked about this because I remember it started when it became the All-Star game. But as far as the format, of the players getting together. We talked about this, and I cannot for the life of me remember it. I'm using my phone this week because my computer's still in the shop, so I can't pull it up and look. But I can't.
So
Was it Joe?
no, you're close.
No. Okay.
His name was Addy Jose, 1911. The reason why it started was he died at a very young age, was actually one of the most beloved players the entire Major League Baseball. Well, they did a fundraising event for his family because he died. They raised $13,000 back then, which is equivalent to $485,000 today. So Addy Jose died of bacterial tuberculosis and meningitis. Back then, if they didn't have the antibiotics that we have now. If they had it, he would have survived. Well, this is a little bit about him. Okay, so the reason why the All-Star game has started is because they asked 11 of the best players on both the American and the National. They didn't have American National. There's more the American, but they asked 11 of the best players on both sides to come together and help raise money for this family. That date was July 24th, 1911. And the reason why Addy was such a predominant person was he had the second lowest ERA in MLB history at 1.89, and that is behind Ed Walsh. Ed Walsh was at 1.82. He pitched the fourth ever perfect game, and he pitched 2 career no-hitters. Pretty cool on that one. And then also, before we go to our next topic, the reason why I'm so glad you mentioned about Ichiro Suzuki is Ichiro actually had the most hits in a single season at 262 in 2004. It will never be broken. But the highest career batting average was done by Josh Gibson at 372 in 1946. However, just 3 years before that, the highest single season batting average was at 466, and it'll never be broken because of the way the game is today. And then the most interesting one, also the most innings pitched in a single season, and Cassie got this right on the bat, was 680 innings by Will White in 1879. I told you go down. You have this. You find all these crazy stats on here, but this one was really neat. Had the most career wins in a regular season was 59. However, it was widely believed that Charles Old Hoss Radburn in 1884 actually pitched an additional inning, so it classified for 60. He won 60 games. That'll never, ever be broken. And the most you could ever win in a single season based on rotations is 34. You can go 34-0. And then last but not least, the most shutouts in a season were 16. They were done by George Bradley in 1876 and Grover Cleveland Alexander in 1916. And then in the live ball era, Bob Gibson did it with 13 in 1968. Pretty cool to learn all these stats on baseball. Hope you guys really enjoyed on that one. We were going to do a talk about the perennial powerhouses being eliminated. But we're going to go ahead and we actually, because due to time constraints, Shane has, we haven't done sports stories in a little bit. We're coming to the end of the sports story segment because of our new segment coming on. Shane, tell everybody your sports story.
My sports story is titled Patches, the story of Carolyn Bledsoe. I read about it about a week or so ago with the Women's College World Series going on, and kind of intrigued me a little bit. Not every NCAA championship actually hands out patches and stuff to commemorate what they do, and when they do, now they do the self-adhesive patches that are just kind of ironed on that the team equipment managers and all kind of put on for everybody before the tournaments or whatever starts. But that's not what the Women's College World Series did. Whenever they started, they had somebody that actually hand sewed the patches on there, and an 81-year-old young lady by the name of Carolyn Bledsoe was working at the let's see, what was it? was the old Myriad Convention Center in Oklahoma City in the box office. And the person that they had stitching on the patches moved away. And so they needed somebody to do something. Carolyn grew up loving the game. She can remember since about 7 years old with all the church leagues and everything where she lived just south of Oklahoma City. Unfortunately, she had polio, which stunted the growth of her left leg. So she never could really play the game that she enjoyed to watch and became a fan of. But in 1997, that kind of all changed, and they asked her to do so, and she's done so every year since. And it marks the only NCAA championship to have hand-sewn patches still on their jerseys. But it's kind of become a little family affair with her getting older in age, with her daughter and son-in-law helping. But they show up at a hotel, a one-bedroom suite. They set up 3-4 sewing machines, and the equipment managers bring the uniforms to her, and she enjoys sitting down talking to them.
She looks forward to it too.
Oh yeah. She enjoys talking to them just about as much as they enjoy coming up to bring the uniforms and seeing her.
It's a pretty cool story. I think ESPN did a short story on her a couple years back, and it's really neat to learn this whole idea. And just to see the fact that she's 81 years young and she still gets that excited to do it. That's where it means the most. Matt, share your sports story with us, please.
Oh, absolutely, man. As you all know, the 2026 NBA Finals between the Knicks and the Spurs. We finally got our matchup. We got our matchup here, guys. This matchup, feels bigger than just a championship matchup because this series represents, two completely different eras and identities of basketball, colliding head on. On one side, you have the Knicks, arguably the NBA sleeping giant, finally waking up after decades of dysfunction. And I do mean dysfunction, irrelevance, disappointments, carrying away to New York City, Madison Square Garden, being one of the most demanding fan bases in sports. Their entire playoff run have been built on toughness, defense, rebounding, emotional intensity, slowing games down into ugly half-court wars that resemble the old school 90s Knicks style. The thing is, the Spurs right now represent the opposite of that. They represent the future of basketball. They're long, versatile, positionless, analytically modern, and led by Victor Wembanyama, if I said it correctly. He pretty much looks like one of the most revolutionary players the sport has ever seen already at the age of 22.
Yep.
So, the biggest chess match this series, may honestly come down to pace, because New York wants physical, slow, and San Antonio wants movement, spacing, transition opportunities, and offensive freedom. The pressure in this matchup, feels different, man, because every possession for the Knicks becomes a national storyline with New York media scrutiny. And San Antonio, man, they're kind of playing with house money here, man. Nobody expected them to get this far, and nobody expected them to get tell Zeke to stop. Nobody expected them to get this fast.
Zeke's over here growling at the cats, and he's all puffed as a magic dragon. So,
no, man, at least somebody is over there where you're at, man. Anyways, man, guys, this finals, it feels like this finals feels like something that could be historically significant, man. And because if the Spurs win it, it could officially mark the beginning of the Wembanyama era in the league. But if the Knicks win, it could become the biggest basketball moment New York has ever experienced in generations. So I'm pulling for the Spurs. I tell you guys every time, I cannot have these Knicks fans winning anything. They're like Cowboy fans, man.
Did you hear how much the cheapest ticket is at Madison Square Garden for the series?
It doesn't matter.
$5,000 for a basketball ticket. That's the cheapest.
Look, man, I'm gonna kind of piggyback off my man Shannon Sharp here, man. Rings galore, open the door, Spurs in 4. So that's what we're gonna.
Oh my goodness.
That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do right here, man. So
just don't do that. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
Nah. Spurs in 4. Spurs in 4. That's what I'm talking about. Spurs in 4, man. Hey, man. I mean, it's just one of those things, man. The East has been a cakewalk. The West has been a grind Every series in the West is pretty much been a grind. Nobody's had it easy over there in the West. But in the East, man, the Knicks have had a very easy road, man, playing inexperienced young teams, which is nothing wrong with that. You play who's in front of you. But they're going to get a rude awakening. And when it comes to the Spurs team here, man, when you got that behemoth back there, guys.
25-foot alien, as they call him.
And he hasn't even touched nowhere near his prime yet. Nowhere near it. And and everybody in the league knows that, this is Wembanyama's league. Everybody knows.
Just imagine, remember, it was only a year prior that he was drafted by the Spurs. Had Atlanta had that opportunity, because they did draft his best friend and Zachary Arishase, just saying.
Look, man, I mean, we should have drafted Castle, and
we should have, could have, would have drafted everybody else imaginable than who we did.
It was, I mean, I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
We drafted Marvin Williams at number 2 for crying out loud.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we had Chris Paul and Darren Williams sitting right there for us.
We're cracking up.
Hey, look, man. That's just the Atlanta thing, man. Atlanta's going to Atlanta.
Atlanta does Atlanta things.
That's how it is, man, with the ownership and stuff. But with this new regime, I have faith with this new regime. They seem to be making smart decisions.
Yeah, Omar became the basketball operations manager, so that's good.
Well, they know that we're lacking that true superstar. I'm glad that they just haven't crowned it and just looked and said, this is Jalen's team. I'm glad they haven't said that, because it's not Jalen's team. The not until I see Jalen can say, hey, Jalen, go give me a bucket. And then he can give me a bucket. He can't do that right now in his career. So, but Victor Wembanyama can.
Yeah, he can drop it like it's hot.
So good luck. Good luck, Knicks. You're going to need it. All black.
Absolutely.
Spurs all day. Let's go.
My sports story is about the USC Upstate University in both baseball and softball. It was a year of firsts for both teams this year. The Lady Spartans got into the NCAA Women's College World Series tournament and won their first ever game. And the men's baseball team got their first ever win in the NCAA regional tournament, again by upsetting Oklahoma State for their first ever tournament win. This is hopefully the start of things to come for them. So congratulations, though, to the Spartans for earning their first ever wins in NCAA tournament history. And now comes everybody's favorite segment. It is the Yes, it is the honorable mention. We give you 2 to 5 sports stories that the mainstream media doesn't often focus on. But you know what we do, because it's literally in our DNA. My first honorable mention goes out to the Connecticut Sun for doing the right thing and bringing back Haley Van Lith to a 2-year developmental, fully guaranteed contract. She was released by them, and then they decided that was a bad idea, and they brought her back. So congratulations on Connecticut. This is, which, by the way, Connecticut Sun's final season in existence. They're going to Houston next year, but congratulations on bringing back Haley Van Lith. Shane, what is your first honorable mention?
My first honorable mention is kind of tied in with tonight's guest that we had on in the Charleston area, especially the school where they're going to be playing ball at. But it's going to go to Zach Hunt of the Citadel baseball team. It was kind of weird to see, kind of when he comes up to the plate, it's different. He wears gardening work gloves.
Yeah, I thought that was weird when I saw that too.
He's from a small town, farm town in Dillon, South Carolina, about 45 minutes from where I used to live. And there's a bunch of farming down there. And so, those cheap gloves that you get at Lowe's, Home Depot, he wears that up the bat. He says that he goes through about 2 pairs a year. So it's definitely a whole lot cheaper than buying those expensive Bruce Bolt batting gloves and everything else like that. It led to a tune of 10 home runs this year for him. So it's obviously working.
It worked.
I came from a little small town and stuff, and we played against guys, and I played with guys that take the old leather work gloves, and that's what they wear the hit in, because it's, we literally had a farm out behind our right field fence, and a peacock out there named Fred that we would hear playing ball.
That's awesome.
It's one of those things that you see, but to see it on the national stage, I thought needed some recognition.
Well, you know, in baseball is the most superstitious sport there is known to man.
Don't tell me about it because y'all already know how I am.
Yes. Matt, give us your first honorable mention, please.
My first honorable mention is going to go to the Atlanta Falcons. They make Drake London the third highest paid wide receiver in the league. He signed an extension, a contract. I can't even speak today. He signed a contract extension, guys. 4 years, $141 million. He's behind Jackson Smith and Jigba and Jamar Chase. Those two will get paid more than him. But other than that, Drake London, one of the highest paid Falcons players of all time.
What's next is now Bijan getting his extension, and we're good there.
Well, that's gonna be disgusting.
That's gonna be the absolute nasty. and I guarantee you, if Matt Ryan knows what he's doing, he ain't ever gonna let Bijan walk away from that organization.
They'll set the record for that one, being the highest non-QB contract in
of all time.
Of all time, I can see it coming. Yeah. Tony, give us your first honorable mention, man.
San Diego Padres player Fernando Tatis Jr. finally hit his first home run of the season on, I believe it is Friday, May 30th. I believe was the
240. Good God.
Yeah. This is so. And keep in mind, he's still hitting 260 this year, so he's still getting on base. But he went, 53, 54 games before he got his first home run of the season, and he's supposed to be a powerhouse bat. I'm going to give you guys a gift right now. Fernando Tatis Jr. will get traded before the day.
Whoa.
But you see what happens when you don't get suspended for steroid use.
I love it. That was awesome.
It was ringworm. Be nice. Ringworm happens.
Yeah. I love it. My second honorable mention goes out to the pro hockey team coming back to Mobile, Alabama. It is rumored they're bringing back the Mobile Mystiques, which were a huge fan favorite actually when they were around before. And here at the Sports Nutz, we're always trying to get new faces on the show. We're actively working. And little cool thing is my cousin Kevin, shout out to you, Kevin, actually knows the owners. And so we might have an ends on getting the Mobile team on there. They make the announcement on the 16th of June for officially what the team name will be in colors, but it is widely believed it will be the Mobile Mystics. They're coming back. Shane, give us your second honorable mention, please, sir.
Well, my second honorable mention is going to go out to Dave Winfield. I saw a few video clips of an episode of All the Smoke baseball with him on there, and learned something that's never going to happen again. I can pretty confidently say that. But Dave Winfield was drafted by 4 different professional sports leagues in the same year.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
He was the Padres took him 4th overall in the MLB draft. Your Atlanta Hawks took him in the 6th round or in the 5th round of the NBA draft. The Jazz took him in the 6th round of the ABA draft. And then his hometown Minnesota Vikings drafted him in the 17th round of the NFL draft. And obviously he chose baseball, which he went on to a 22-year Hall of Fame career in the major leagues. So obviously he picked the right team to go to, but definitely very interested in hearing that, he was drafted in the same year to 4 different professional sports leagues.
That's insane.
It's pretty amazing.
4. That's unprecedented. I like it. Matt, what is your second honorable mention, please?
My next honorable mention is going to go to the team that always makes a crazy move, and you're like, wow, I can't believe they traded with this team. Shout out to the Los Angeles Rams for trading for Myles Garrett. Wow, I can't believe they traded with that team. You got it. The crazy that's the trade itself isn't even the craziest thing, which they did. They gave up some stuff. They gave up Jared Verse, who's an elite defensive player in this league, plus a 1st round pick, a 2nd round pick, and a 3rd round pick. But I think they got off light, for Myles Garrett, especially they're trying to win a Super Bowl. No excuses for the Rams.
That is the win now with him.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. You know, a little tweet, little message was put out.
Number 99.
Yes.
By
Yes.
Mr.
Number
Aaron
99.
Donald.
Yes.
Mr. Aaron Donald. He, who's still been training, and it's fun.
He still could play right now. He really could.
He still was training. He still was training. And it's funny. He was training with Jared Verse just this past offseason. Jared Verse couldn't even finish his Aaron Donald's workout that Aaron Donald was doing. So I mean, it's crazy, man. So. And number 99 might be coming through that door. Can you imagine that D line, which the Rams still own the contractual rights to Aaron Donald? But with that D line, Aaron Donald, who only took a year off, or was it 2 years? Has it been 2 years?
2 years. 2
off?
years now.
2 years of rest. He was only 29 when he retired. 2 years of rest. I mean, my goodness, man.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett on the same defensive line. That's not even fair.
That's not even fair.
That's not even
Still,
fair.
they got the other defensive end on the other
Yeah,
side.
I can't remember his name. The other young guy. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Florida State, yeah.
Yeah. But man, my God, that oh my, I know who I'm gonna be in Madden. Put it like that, man. I know who I'm gonna be. So shout out to them.
The odds switched quickly on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they went like
Very
200.
good.
They're like
Sports
200. They went from 900 to 200.
They were only one play
fastest
away.
off.
They were only one play away from the Super Bowl last season. So I mean,
now you have Myles Garrett on there, and just think if you brought Aaron Donald, you're in. The West will be won. Absolutely, we'll be seeing another Super Bowl in at a home Super Bowl game. Absolutely on that one. Tony, give us your next honorable mention, please, sir.
So really quick, I want to add on to the stuff about Myles Garrett. He's going to be feasting next year. I believe he flirts with the single game sack record and the season sack record because he gets to face Sam Darnold, the Jacoby Brissett, and 49ers. I can't. His name is escaping me right now. It's been a long day.
Oh, Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. Yeah, he's going to be feasting on those guys twice a year each, just off of those 6 games. Like he's going to. So like.
Yeah, he'll be seeing a lot less double teams. A lot less double teams.
And that's why I think we're
going
to
win. He's going to win games too,
especially if Aaron Donald comes back. My gosh, if Aaron Donald comes back,
that team is just going to be nasty defensively. Went from one of the sketchiest defensive teams to
3-man front's going to get to the quarterback in less than 3.5 seconds.
Oh, for sure.
That's unheard of.
Myles Garrett's arm counts for one person. It's
Myles Garrett's arm is the size of your head, Matt.
Jesus, man.
He's the size of your head, Matt.
Yeah, man.
His reach.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. Anyways, shout out to the Rams. Yeah.
And
go ahead and give me your.
My story. I realized this last night. We were talking about this on the Sports Report podcast, and I wanted to get your guys' reaction to this. Statistically, if you look at it, Chet Holmgren's postseason this year was so bad, it was worse than DeAndre Ayton's postseason stats from the Suns' finals run in 2021.
Matt,
it was that much. Like it was worse. By like he had like it was like 3 or 4 more points a game, an extra
even play.
Game.
Brett was scared
like,
to play.
You can't trade Chet.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they got to get rid of Chet because he's alive.
You can't trade Chet because he's the closest thing to Wembanyama in the league. I mean, even though he got he did get punked out. He did get punked out. He did get punked out. Whatever, but. He's only 20. People forget Chet's only 21, 22 years old. I mean, he'll be all right. Yeah, he'll be okay. Chet will be okay.
He's scared of him though.
But you can't trade him. The Thunder did not have their success until Chet came. You cannot trade Chet Holmgren. You can't. He is the backbone of their defense. Guys, it's Wembanyama. It's Wembanyama. I mean, everybody else he was good. Everybody else he was great against. But we're talking about Wembanyama here. This is an anomaly. This is like a one-off. He's going to be the modern day Wilt Chamberlain. Let that sink in. Oh, he's going to be the modern day Wilt. Nobody can do anything against him. But Chet is the only one that is close. you have to build up Chet. You have to build him up. You can't trade him. You cannot trade Chet Holmgren. He's too valuable to that team. Too valuable.
Watch them do it too, because that would be.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
Biggest knucklehead thing to do ever.
I don't think they will. But you can't. He had a bad series. Okay, he had a bad series, guys. We get it. He had a bad series. He had a bad 7 games. He had a bad playoff run. But he's still only like 22 years old.
The other thing I will add on this before we move on, really quick. If you look at the numbers this year, Chet had considerably lower numbers than his season average when you look at the 4 games against the Spurs. So he's got to fix. He's got to get that ghost out of his closet.
What can you do against? I mean, Victor Wembanyama will guard him, but there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Victor Wembanyama does everything Chet does, but better.
Can you say his name correctly, Matt, by chance?
It's like having your reverse flash guy here. Like he's the opposite, but better. I mean, everything Chet is, Wembanyama is better. What can Chet do? I mean, what can he do? I mean, I can't even get
You're
mad
playing
at
against
him.
a 25-foot alien, so I mean, it's hard.
I can't get mad at Chet. I can't get mad at Chet because there's nothing he could have done, guys. There's nothing he could have done. I can't even get mad at him.
I don't know if you guys hear. There's a little girl saying, "Hey, you guys."
It was so disrespectful, and it was so bad.
That's Aspen.
He got punked and he got abused so badly that I can't even get mad at him because it's Victor Wembanyama, guys.
And by the way, Aspen chimed in and said, "That's right. That's exactly what she said. That's right." So my daughter is even saying that's what's up. So congratulations on that, Matt. You got the 22-month-old queen telling you what's up. Hey, my third and final honorable mention actually is a multiple part on this one. It was to shout out to the UCLA Bruins baseball team. They did walk it off against Virginia Tech. However, for the second time in as many years, both the number 1 and the number 2 nationally ranked seeds are bowed out of the regional tournaments. The UCLA lost 6-5 in walk-off fashion against St. Mary's. And then Matt. Georgia Tech not only got destroyed, they got mollywopped 15-8 by Oklahoma to end their season.
That's not a mollywopping.
Let's just
they lost by 7 points.
At one point, though, they were down 15-4.
Well, they lost by 7 points. You know,
I'm just saying they almost got run-ruled in their own region.
I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of us, man. But they made it. Hey, they made it.
If fans and Bucks were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Little Christmas.
Only one team can win it all, guys.
And it ain't going to be Georgia Tech.
It's not going to be Georgia Tech.
And it's not going to be Georgia Tech or UCLA. That's for darn sure. But, you know, that as Vince Lombardi used to say, though, Matt, if fans and butts were candy and nuts, we'd all have he had said a little different wording on that one, but we'd all have a Merry Little Christmas, and this is a G-rated show. So, Shane, give us your final honorable mention, please.
Well, the tag along with you on the regional winners and all. Shout out to Little Rock and Troy playing in the super regional, you know, and to the regionals as a whole, kind of showing that there really is a big kind of athletic, not as much as a gap there between the mid majors and the major programs, Power Fours and stuff now. But my last honorable mention is going to go out to 3 Power 4 schools. You know, they had a great all-around year in athletics when we talk about it. And those schools are Miami, Nebraska, and Texas. All 3 schools had teams in the postseason across multiple sports. They each had a team in the football bowl games. Each had a team in the men's and women's NCAA basketball tournaments. Had a women's volleyball team in the NCAA tournament. Had a men's baseball regional and a women's softball regional, all in the same year. So
that's impressive.
Definitely shout out to those 3 schools. I didn't go too far into it because we had a whole lot of other stuff that I was knee deep in researching and stuff. But
and it's only going to get bigger.
I can only imagine it's only been done a few times with that, you know, 3 schools doing it. So definitely shout out to those 3: Miami, Nebraska, and Texas.
Absolutely. Matt, give us your final honorable mention, please, sir.
My final honorable mention is going to go out to the one and only Steph Curry, who just signed a new 10-year, $400 million deal with Li Ning.
No, I thought it was 1.19 billion.
No. It's a 10-year, $400 million contract.
What was the one that was the $1.19 billion deal?
That is what you call a fake AI thing, Brandon. That's what you call
That's what they mentioned on YF4 today, though.
Nah, I think it's 10 years, 400 mil. There might be some other senators, but you know, it's it's a deal that's not
Thanks,
about
Mark
shoes.
Whiteman. You're making this look ridiculous, and you're the sports director of WIFF4.
That's a 10-year, $1.9 billion. That's crazy.
He said on there, he literally said the same thing. Shout out to Steph Curry for signing a 10-year, $1.19 billion deal in Cassie. That's a lot of money.
I saw that meme today. I think that's fake. But actual reports and everything is saying that it's a 10-year, $400 million.
Regardless, that's money.
It includes basketball products, athletic wear, leisure wear, full golf line, the ability for Curry to sign his athletes under his own Curry brand. Expansion into global retail stores, especially the U.S. and China, of course. Many people are viewing it as a Jordan brand style empire move. So, hey man, this is a good look for him, man. He's getting ready for life after retirement, man. That Curry brand with China back in it is gonna be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So, shout out to him.
Absolutely, Tony. Give us your final honorable mention, please, sir.
Red Sox pitcher Garrett Crochet had an injury setback. He was thrown a few days ago. His felt a lot of tightness in his lat. So they've shut him down. It was expected that he was going to be doing rehab assignments late this week, early next week. And that has been shut down. He had an MRI today. I've been checking to see if he's gotten results yet. Nothing has been posted officially. They were trying to say it was minor, but with the fact they're getting an MRI, it leads me to believe it might be worse than what's going on. Part of me is hoping that they're just kind of making it look like something's up and they're just resting him because they think they're going to be able to do some stuff in October and they want him fresh. But with how much Boston is struggling right now, I have to say I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's mad about the coach change because not long after when Alex Cora getting fired is when he went down and he was not happy about the coaching change. So I'm wondering if there's some involvement there or what's going on, but hopefully he gets back soon because Boston needs him as soon as he comes back. Brian Bayo is going to be a full-time bullpen guy. He's not going to be a starter anymore.
Ouch. The world of baseball always brings something up, What a fantastic show for everybody. Getting to talk sports with you guys is always a fun time and talking to the team. It was always a pleasure. Of course, we got to give thank you to our audience members and also thank you to Olivia Finckel, Coach King, as well of the South Carolina Seawolves, which she chimed in on the comment section. Thank you again, Olivia, for really doing that. And then also my man sitting below me, Tony, dude, it's always a blast to have you on. Thank you seriously for coming on. We really appreciate you. And like I said, Friday's episode is going to be epic. And speaking of upcoming episodes, this Friday, June the 5th, it is episode 235. It will be Matt and Ben, maybe Tony as well. Braden Bishop.
I think I'm going to make it happen. I think I'm going to be there.
Braden Bishop, he was of the Seattle Mariners. He technically is still a member because they still hold his rights, but he is a free agent. He's going to talk about his journey through baseball, actually. So Braden Bishop is joining us of the Seattle Mariners. Then Tuesday, June the 9th, episode 236. Our good friend Marcus McCollum returns, and Matt always enjoys talking with Marcus, so we're really excited about that one. Friday, June the 12th, episode 237. Danny Kimball, the athletic director of Spartanburg Methodist College. My wife's first college she went to is actually going to join us to talk to us about the upcoming future for SMC. Could they be maybe making a transition from NAIA to D2? We'll ask him about that kind of questions. Tuesday, June 16th, episode 238. As you guys know, my man sitting right below me, Tony, will be back with us. We always have a blast with our Tony Knows Ball series. Friday, June 19th, it is episode 239. And then Tuesday, June 23rd, will be episode 240. Now, we are still waiting to hear back from JT Snow to confirm the date he's coming. He is actually in Idaho. They're coming back this week. Corey did say he is going to talk to him about which days work best for him. So Tony's definitely has his phone on ringer so he can know when JT Snow's coming, because it's JT Snow, for crying out loud. That's pretty cool to have him on. So We're really excited of that one. So with that being said, for everybody who tuned into the show tonight and the coming days, thank you guys. And a big thank you to our guy Tony for joining the show for the entirety of the show. Also want to make a mention, we appreciate now the 11,500 subscribers we have officially amassed on. Olivia said we can't wait for the 2027 spring season next spring. Coach is going to raise the sales on the field. I like it. But we also are only 30,000 views away from the million views. So keep it coming, guys. We really do appreciate all the love and support that we have on there. So, Tony, if you could please give everybody your final goodbye, sir.
Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, support these guys, and of course, check out the South Carolina Seawolves. Those guys were great. I can't wait to see that myself. I'm going to be looking for it. You can catch me tomorrow night on 10 p.m. Eastern. Podcast name deferred. Going to be diving into talk a lot of baseball. The CBA negotiations have been going on, along with just bouncing around the league and some of the other stories that we've got going. And you can catch me every day if you go to Podcast Name Deferred's Facebook page. I post the MLB Morning Minute, just a quick update on what's going on in the world of baseball, the sports scores, hot matches, and sometimes quick comments on news, depending on if my twisted sense of humor can come up with something funny. But please, definitely check it out. Like, comment, support. We appreciate you, and I hope you all have a great day.
Absolutely. Matt, it's – don't mind the kids. They're arguing. Oh, my goodness. They're fighting about the shower.
Welcome to the club, man.
I have 4 kids. 3 of them out there fighting about who's getting in the shower next. It cracks me up. But Matt, all good things must come to an end for the night. But, we'll be back with you on Friday. But give everybody your final goodbyes, please, sir.
Absolutely, guys. Go ahead, enjoy the rest of your week. Just make sure you follow the rules in the game of life and don't get flagged in the game of life, guys.
You don't want the whoops behind you.
Yeah, that's
Look, there we go.
Hey, guys, we're gonna bring that. We're gonna dial that back a bit. It's only gonna be on Fridays.
Oh, darn!
I'm just playing. You don't want the whoops behind you, man. That's the last thing you want, man. So let's not have that happen, guys. If you're gonna drink or if you're going to partake in the devil's nectar, do it at the house. Nothing wrong with that.
Or just call Matt and he'll come pick you up.
I'm not picking anybody up.
Shane, give everybody your final goodbyes, please, sir.
Oh yeah, well, I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. Hate I'm going to miss Friday, but I'm going to go ahead and say happy early birthday to Grandma on here. But y'all sit back, watch this first game of the Stanley Cup. Braves are on too, so I got the multi-view going right now. Enjoying this good sports right now. It's going in my favor. So before I say anything more and curse them and we end up losing these games, hope everybody stays safe, has a great week. May the good Lord bless you. Peace, love, and bacon grease.
Peace, love, and bacon grease indeed. And as I always tell you guys, peace up, A-Town down White. It's the greatest sports city there ever was. Hey, you guys have a fantastic week. I also hate that I will not be here for Friday's show, but you're in good hands with Matt and Ben and Tony. Until then, you guys have a fantastic week. Cheer on my girl for her All-Star. This is her very first All-Star State competition, so go Addison on that one. Until then, guys, we will see you on Friday, but enjoy this amazing outro that Matt has made. And as always, goodbye.